and there were a bunch of gnats, and we were like, and he said, you know what's happening when you see the gnats swarm like that? And I was like, no, what's happening? Do you know what's happening when the gnats are swarming like that?
I don't know what he thinks it is.
They're copulating. That's how they spray their stuff in the air, and that's how they...
No.
It's true. I looked it up.
I'm not gonna know.
It's true. It's awful, but it's true. So when you walk through the gnats, hold your breath and cover your face, because that's what you're walking through. It's like it's one of those things that's so disgusting, and you should never retell ever. But it's just like, you know, on the one hand, you're doing a service announcement because you don't want other people to walk through that and not know what's happening.
Yeah.
I was all the blood drained from my body when I found that out. But yeah.
I wouldn't like that either.
No.
But I don't know. I enjoy nature.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. And people don't understand my belief in nature for some reason. But I believe if you respect nature, nature respects you.
Mm-hmm.
And this one camping trip, I'd have to find a picture to show you. I was at this one campground, nice campground, but it had an issue with those yellow biting flies. Mm-hmm. They're kind of like miniature horse flies.
Ew.
And they
sound
hurt.
painful.
They hurt when they bite. And I was like, well, I've already paid for a week to be here. I'm not going to pack up and leave. And so I was making, it was Christmas time. I had decided to make a stuffed pork roast for myself.
Ooh, that sounds good. You did this on the road?
Yeah. This is actually a really good roast. It's expensive to make, but it's really good.
Where are you going to be for Christmas?
I don't know yet.
Now I want to make you do things for me.
Yet.
I want to be like, make me a pork roast.
It's made with orange marmalade and cherry preserves and cranberries and raisins. And so what I did is I took some of the orange marmalade and I put it in a cupcake thing, a piece of paper, and I put it off to the side of the table, and those things just swarm.
Oh,
over
yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
And they stayed away from me. So I go camping. If I see those yellow flies, I go get something sweet for them to eat and put it off to the side. But yeah, I have mastered my first attempt at making muffins on stovetop didn't work out very well. They were brown on the bottom and looked undercooked on top. But I evolved my cooking from there. I was like, well, it's because I'm not in an oven. I'm cooking, you know. So I bought a turkey roasting pan, and I used that as an oven.
So would you just fold it in half, and does that work?
No, I put the oven on top of the pan on top of the stove, and then I put the top on. And the heat comes up through the bottom of it and cooks. It kind of works really well. Coleman actually makes a folding oven, and it folds up real flat, and then when you open it up, it's about that big, and you put it on top of your stove and use it that way. I just never could afford it. They're like $25, $30, something like that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just never could afford it, so I used the roasting pan, which I got.
That was smart, but it worked just as well.
Are you kidding me? I have mastered making cornbread on there.
Wow.
Some of the best cornbread I ever made. It comes out real moist. It's not dry. I've made meatloaf. I get the little bitty muffin pans. Not muffin, those little tins. They're about this big. They're little.
Oh yeah, I have the like mini loaf pans.
Yeah, mini loaf pans.
Yeah.
Put the meat in there and then put that in the roasting pan and use it to cook. I cooked that pork roast, which took several hours to cook. I mastered that. That was really good. And a lot of stuff that I cook on there, though, is stovetop. One of the cheapest, easiest dishes I make, I run to the store and I buy either black beans and rice mix or jambalaya mix.
Oh, mixed up already.
And I buy some kielbasa or sausage and dice it up, and I fry it, and then I mix in
Oh, that sounds good.
I mix in the rice mixture, and I depends on my mood. Sometimes when I originally saw the recipe, it was with white rice and salsa with mixed vegetables. Sometimes I'll do that. All depends on my mood. Now, I mix and match so that it's not always the same. And let's see what else have I cooked in there. And the cornbread, meat roast, the stuffed pork roast, muffins. I've all mastered, using the roasting pan as an oven, and they all turn out really good.
Yep. I got scared because I saw the shadow and I thought it was right here, but it's not. I was scared of everything.
Wait until you see the shadow and it turns out to be you.
Oh, God. Yeah.
But campgrounds, I can guarantee you campgrounds are safe to stay at. They are, because a lot of them have a host, and the host keeps watch over everything that goes on in there. People, it's like an unspoken rule. Nobody messes with your stuff. I don't really know. I guess it's the camping code of ethics or something. I don't know. But nobody goes into anybody else's tent, or you don't even enter their campsite if they're not there. So you can go hiking through the woods, go swimming down at the river, whatever you want to do, and it's always safe. And I don't sleep in woods that don't belong to me unless I have permission. And I have had permission to sleep in odd places.
Like, how do you even find out who owns? I keep seeing shadows. So who owns these places? I got to remember there's a sidewalk and there's sun. People are walking. It's going to happen. You don't see them, like the little shadows?
No, because I see them over here.
Oh, okay.
I see them
okay. I don't see them until the little shadow comes. But go ahead.
But North Georgia, I think. I don't remember what city I was in, but I was just looking for a place to sit down and have lunch. And as I'm having lunch, I could check for campgrounds and stuff. And it happened to be a bait and tackle shop there. And the guy saw me, and he came over and we started talking. I said, well, I'm looking for a campground right now. And he says, you know what? He said, I've been thinking about turning this place into a campground. Look at all that room we have back there. He said, if you want, he said, you can just go put your tent up next to the trees back there, and you can camp back there if you like.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, I made him a thank you gift. Had some extra plywood, and I cut the shape of the fish out, and I cut a little round bobber, and I strung them together, and I painted it so it looked like a bobber and the fish. And I put on the bobber, I said gone, the word on the bobber, gone, and then with the fish underneath, kind of gone fishing type of thing. I guess you have to see it though.
No, I can picture that. That's nice. That's really nice.
I got that idea from something I made from my mother in my teenage years. It had weeds, it's the word weeds on the top with some flowers up there, and then it had a bumblebee in the middle, and then the word gone at the bottom, so it was weeds be gone.
Weeds be gone.
And so I thought of that when I made him his gone fishing little bobber. I said, you can hang this on your door when you're not in. And
do you have pictures of you when you were younger?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have to share them with me.
I was showing that to somebody earlier, actually. Yesterday.
I bet you were so pretty. You had blonde hair and blue eyes, and I bet you were just like the littlest thing. Do you look like your mom or your dad?
What?
Do you look like your mom or your dad?
A little of both. I look more like my mom than my dad because my dad was bald.
That'll do it.
But all of my family. Here, I'll show you this one. This would be about 76.
Oh my gosh, I hate it when you're the second person. 76 is like the year. Do you know I was born the year before that, and the lady that's like the commissioner that I go to pick up food from sometimes, she graduated high school in 70.
Oh, really?
It's like 76. The number keeps popping
That's
up.
my older brother, me, and my younger brother.
Oh, can I show this on
Sure.
So this, I was asking her about pictures when she was younger, and these gnats are killing me. Her older, and she's in the middle, and those are her two brothers. They're so cute. You had a cute little family. Are they still around somewhere, your brothers?
Yeah. My younger brother's been happily married to his wife, second wife, sorry, or he's her second husband, something like, anyway. And they have a good family. And my older brother, I don't know if he's going to marry this girl or not. Well, he's been married a couple times. And he seems to be very happy being with her, but not married.
Yeah, some people are like that. They seem happier without being married. It's like when you get married, you have expectations.
This would be junior year in high school.
Oh, were you a flag girl? Look at her. She was so cute. I don't know if y'all can see.
That's the marching band
Okay.
uniform.
Yeah, because I went to Hampton High School, Hampton Crabbers. Our colors were the same.
Yeah.
They were red and white, and I was a flag girl, but our uniform was that color. But we had the ugliest, like sparkly, they made us wear these sparkly things around the waist. And I was
This
like,
is
what
my
the heck?
dad. And that's my first fish that I ever caught.
Oh, that's you in the background. Look at you. That's so cute. You know who you look like in that picture? I don't know if you guys can see her, the little girl in the background. Remember the little Cracker Jack box with the little skipper on the front? I think it's an outfit that looks like, that's a huge fish.
Yeah, my dad was a tournament
You
fisherman.
caught that?
Well,
what was, you said you caught the...
technically not.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
I was strapped into the seat, and the fishing pole had latches to hold it down. And I was sitting there with the fishing pole, and it started going zzz.
Oh, so you did catch it then.
My dad ran over and took the fishing pole and brought it in.
Oh man, that's huge.
But
is that really a fish or is that a shark?
It's a shark.
Yeah, that's what I
shark.
thought.
It's 325 pounds, I think.
Jeez. How long was it? Do you remember?
This one is me. This is 78 or 79. It's a hybrid bass.
Oh.
There's a dam at the border of Alabama and Georgia, and we went there to go fishing, and I caught that. It was a 12-pound bass.
That is huge. I like that. I used to eat bass because I lived off of Chesapeake Bay in Hampton. But yeah, did y'all eat the fish y'all caught, or y'all just threw it back?
Here's another picture of me and my two brothers. This is way back.
So you're a natural blonde. You were blonde since you were little.
Yeah.
Usually you get darker when you get older.
My older brother followed my dad and went bald. I don't think I have a current picture of him. He followed the way of my dad and went bald, and my younger brother stayed with my mom's way and kept his hair.
Oh.
It thinned a little bit, but he still has it.
So where's your family from? Like the roots, like before they came to the U.S.? Because everybody came from somewhere else.
Yeah, we came mostly. My father's side was England. I have a strain of Yorkshire and a strain of Wales. I have a little bit of German. On my mother's side, I've got the Amish people and the American Indians. And there's a little bit of Swedish in the family. That's where I get my blonde hair from.
Yeah, I can see the Swedish, the German, the Wales, all of that I can see strongly. Yeah.
But we're nothing really wild and fancy. But my uncle, my father's brother, I call him the rich one of the family. He took his wife to buy a car over in Europe, and they bought the car and they drove it all over the country to put mileage on it to make it a used car so that they could bring it back as a used car instead of paying new car fees and tariffs and fines and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And he actually went to Switzerland and found our family still living there.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And he got to meet them. I thought that was really neat. Somewhere in my stuff, I do have a family tree that goes back.
When you get it, you should I hope you take a picture of it, so in case you don't lose it.
I would love to have it.
Yeah. You have more pictures than I do.
This
Look at that, Dad.
This is my grandfather Marshall. This would be my mother's father.
May I?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mother's
Granddaddy.
father. My mother's father's father. Something like that. It's my mother's father. Sorry.
Your mother's
my grandmother's father.
Oh wow, that's your great grand.
I don't know who these are. For the life of me, I just honestly don't know who these are.
You're lucky that you have all. Oh, that dress is pretty though. So if anybody knows who these people are, where were they? What state?
No,
You don't even know the state?
I don't even know.
Yeah, she has these pictures that were in her family, but she doesn't know who these people are.
But they are family.
Aww.
Here's my brother when he went into the Navy.
Oh wow, look at him.
Oh yeah, he was handsome.
Oh yeah. That's what my mom said. Takes lots and lots of pictures when you're younger, because you think that you have it forever. But sometimes some people do, like you, but some people don't.
Well, I kept a book of pictures. I had a photo album and I had a scrapbook. And anything that I considered important that I did in my life went into the scrapbook, and anybody that I thought was important went into my photo album.
Oh, that's
It's kind of
nice.
like with this, I don't take as many people pictures these days, but I do take some. I got a picture of I thought they were flashy Amish people, but they turned out to be Mennonites.
What's the difference? I don't. I don't.
The difference is the Amish people don't believe in wearing outspoken clothes. They're not big and flashy. They're very plain and dull. They tend to, they didn't used to embrace technology, but they have embraced the use of electric bikes.
Oh, okay.
Or they're so cute when they're wearing their little dresses and bonnets and they're flying down the road. So, let's see, what else have I got here? This is my daughter and my son when they were young.
Oh, they're too cute. She looks like a little rock star. And so does he. Oh, the picture automatically flipped. Oh, well. Her son. Oops. Her son and daughter.
I thought for sure that she would go down the modeling line.
She looks like it. The boy too.
I really thought that she would go down the modeling line because going into high school, she had that skinny body with, she wasn't huge chested, not too small, not too big. She had that perfect modeling body. And
how old are they now?
Well, let's see. She was born in 92. So she would be, 31?
Get out of here.
And he was born in 94.
Oh, man.
Now, he took after me. He has that knack for computers. He built his own computer. He has a financial brain. And he went to college. He hasn't finished because of COVID hit. But he was talking about going for his master's degree in law.
Oh, wow.
COVID hit, and he ended up working for a guy in construction and helping them rebuild down in Key West. So that's what he does now.
Nice.
And he just goes up to visit his dad every weekend.
Any current pictures of the babies?
No.
They are so cute.
Not on my phone anyway.
Yeah, I don't have
on my phone
any attachment with my family, but every now and then I'll get nosy and I'll start Googling them.
That's an old picture too.
Of the babies?
Yeah.
Aww.
A little bit older.
They're so cute. Oh. You have a picture of their dads?
On here, no. No. But he doesn't like his picture being taken. He really doesn't. But I do have older pictures in my photo album of them. Big thing of them. And I can remember, it's funny because I look at him now, and I say he looks like Gibbs on NCIS.
Oh, okay.
That he's got that kind of look. But we went to Disney one time, and the girls were just going, it's Mick Jagger. I'm like, no.
Oh, no.
No, Mick Jagger's ugly. No, Mick Jagger, no.
So he's dark-haired and dark.
No,
dark
he's
features.
salt and pepper hair. Well,
Yeah, he's
now
gotten
he
older,
looks pretty.
so.
Now he looks pretty bad. He's been unhealthy for the last few years.
Oh.
He's real skinny and bony,
Oh.
and he would do well to get a nurse.
So I have a question. I've never been in a relationship.
They're making me feel guilty for not being down there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. Like,
But, and if you ever saw my daughter's house, you would understand. It's a complicated story, and I try not to talk about my family.
yeah, I get it. So I've never been married or had any like real deep relationship or anything like that. But the men, once men are not always the greatest, but once they get older and they need somebody, I always wondered, how do you manage that? Because on the one hand, this is the father of your kids. On the other hand, he might not have been so great to you when you were with him. But then on the other hand, now he's in a situation that's so vulnerable. It's like...
Well, we all have always, we never divorced. And we stayed friends, all throughout the years. And but we just, the situation in the house got to be just where it was too complicated.
Yeah. Well, so would you recommend people to be single for life and never get married? Or
No.
You don't recommend that?
No. I recommend not holding yourself to any form. If you do, you could miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime either way. You could end up, getting married because that's what you're supposed to do. And then you could find a guy that makes your life miserable. And then you live in misery because, well, that's what you're supposed to do is be married. Or you could go the other way and say, I'm never getting married because I don't want to take the chance of living in misery.
Exactly, yeah.
But you know what? You could miss out on that perfect love. I consider my husband my perfect love.
So you don't have regrets?
No, I don't have regrets. Not marrying him, no. I did good. My mother didn't like him, but he never mistreated me. He always made sure that I was the main money maker in the house, but he always made sure that he gave income as well. We both worked for the family. And when I went back to school, this is the kind of guy he is. When I went back to school, my job was very, very demanding. I was on call 24 hours a day. I was asked to come in early. I was asked to stay late. I had to do what I had to do to make sure that that's when I was in accounting. I had to get those financial statements out on time.
Yep, end of the month, that's it.
End of the month. And I decided to go back to school, and the school was between my house and work, which was really good because it was only like a 3-minute drive from work to the school and then another 3 minutes to home. And my first class was speech, and I had trouble because I would go from work and I would say, I will come back and finish this, but I have to get to class. So I would go from work, go straight to class, and then I would go back to work and get it done, and then I would go home, and I would be so exhausted that I didn't do the work that I was supposed to do, the assignments and stuff,
Oh,
I would
wow.
just go to sleep.
Mhm.
So what my husband did, so that I wouldn't fail the class, is he did the assignments for me.
So he was good at
And
accounting?
no, that was speech class.
Oh, speech. Okay.
He thought it wouldn't be any big deal because it's just speech class.
Right.
And when he did that, and I ended up with that class. I did pass the class,
Mhm.
but I also made the decision at that time that my education came before work. And the next time my boss asked me to stay, I took a deep breath and I overcame my fear of being fired.
Mhm.
And I said, no, I have
Boundaries.
class.
Mhm.
And I left. And she respected me after that. She never asked me to stay when I had class. She still expected me to come in early, even on weekends, but she never interfered with me going to class. And I ended up getting an associate's degree with a 3.95 grade
That
point
is
average.
excellent. That's so good.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that first class messed up my 4.0.
Ah.
But it was only speech, so.
You still graduated. Do they consider it honors still? That's honors. Or do they have
it's
honors?
still honors, yeah.
Mhm.
It's still honors.
Yeah.
I think you don't.
High honors probably,
Yeah.
because if it's over 3.5, right?
It was 3.95,
Mhm.
which would be considered an A.
Mhm.
4.0 is perfect.
Mhm.
That means you didn't get a B at all. If you get down into threes, that's still honors, but it's not high honors. And then C's is not honors. And
Yeah.
D's is, well,
We don't
really
talk
got
about
A's.
anything under 3.0. We're not talking
Yeah.
about it.
But that's the kind of guy he was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, our family, that's what we